Hi, today I'm going to show you how to navigate through the Regency Office Products website, place orders, as well as checkout. Now there are a few other ins and outs throughout the site, but if you have any questions at all, please feel free to get into contact with Jeannie Williams, your customer service representative dedicated to your account. Now in looking at this page right here, if you're seeing something like this or anything similar to it, you've already logged in and you're ready to place your first order. Now in looking at the ways to search, we've got a couple different ways we're going to go through. The first is what I call the Instant Search Center up here on the left hand side. The second is the drag and drop menu up here at the top. And then the third is utilizing your company lists and personalized shopping lists. Now the first way we want to go through will be the Search Center over here on the left. Now let's say you're looking for a specific item, binders for example. If you just type in binders, you're going to pull up 1,100 different versions of binders. Now obviously you don't want to search through 1,100 different binders, so there's ways to narrow down your search preferences. Up here at the top, the first thing you want to do is go ahead and eliminate from 10 to 50 items per page. That way you don't have to keep clicking next as you go through the website. Now once you've done that, let's say you're looking for a specific type of binder. There's a few different ways to narrow things down. On the left hand side over here, you're going to see categories, whether it's presentation view, standard ring binders, portfolios, etc. You're even going to see a place where you can designate things by brand, and then other small features of the binder such as product type, brand name, color, whether it's recycled or not, etc. So let's say that I just want to look at the portfolio style binders. Immediately, once I click portfolio style, that list of 1,100 has been narrowed down to 79. Now, you're going to have a Regency Office Products catalog available to you. Looking at these different items in this catalog, we have 60,000 different items within our online store. Now let's say you're interested in this top one here, a set report cover. And looking at product specs, you're going to see everything you would ever want to know about that particular product, whether it comes down to technical specifications, manufacturer, quantities, packaging levels, options and accessories, any products that may go with that, or suggested items that other clients have bought that also bought this product, and then even similar products to that product as well. So in looking at this, that's one way to narrow down your searches. Now if we were to go back here to the portfolio section, if I wanted to narrow it down even further, what I would be able to do was to continue to narrow it down, whether it be by earth friendly, product type, or if I were to click this view all right here, I could even get into more in-depth narrowing down of the items. Now let's say, for example, I wanted to look at only Avery Dennison portfolios. And I had these two portfolios that I wanted to compare to one another. This little box right here on the left, if I were to click this and click the other box and check them, click compare, and it's going to pull up those items in a new window for me. Now I can actually sit here and compare these two items side by side based on what I'm looking for to get out of the product. So in looking at that, that's the first way to search. The second way to go about searching would be our drag and drop menu up here. We'll continue to stick with binders just because it's an easy example. And looking up here at the top of the site, if I were to click binders again, whereas we have all these different categories to be broken down into, binders and accessories, we'll go ahead and click binders. We'll go ahead and click presentation view binders this time. And it's going to bring me back to the same spot. Now I can continue to narrow things down based on the way that I showed you earlier. Even if I wanted to organize my search by either top sellers, manufacturer suggested retail price, low to high, high to low, or even alphabetically, I can do that here as well too. So, in looking at that, that's your first way to go about searching, and the second way as well. Now, the third way is going to be with a company approved list of items over here on your company list. Now, looking on the right side, you're going to see two different lists, the shopping list and the company list. Depending on the way your account's set up, you may or may not have a list of items that have been predetermined by your corporate office or your home office as the list of items that are suggested for your company. Now, company lists are predetermined by the administrator on your account. So if you were to look over here, let's say for example binders. A lot of times these are items that have been pre-negotiated by your office to make sure that you guys get the best rate and or for one reason or another. And looking at these different items, we're able to select, let's say from this company list we want to order one of these binders and then one of these down here. And we could add to the cart. Now, the shopping list right here is actually lists that are created by you yourself. So let's say you log in and you want to find a number of different items that you buy on a regular basis. You can actually create your own shopping list and add those to them. Let me show you what I mean. So let's create a new list. This list will be called Regency List. Click Create the List. And then every time you search for a product and you want to add it to that list, that's going to be there for you every time you log on. So that's the third way to search. Now, one thing I wanted to show you in looking at this, if you have any questions, by the way, feel free to contact your customer service representative, would be the checkout process. Now, looking at checking out, we'll add a few items to the cart here. There's a few other things that we need to show you here. So looking at the checkout screen, you're going to want to select your ship to. Now, if you only have one location, for instance, Derrick Thomas Academy, you're only going to want to, not going to have to change anything there at all. The one thing that would be a little bit different than anything you're probably used to is that when you go to checkout, you're going to select your cost center. Cost center basically would be your name, so i.e. Jane Smith or whatever it is that your name would be. You're going to select that prior to checking out. So you go ahead and click that box. It's going to have a couple different ones in there. And we'll say Overland Park would be Jane Smith for this example, and that's going to pop into that spot. So once you go ahead and do that, the next step, there's express checkout and checkout. I always tell people to go ahead and click checkout just because you don't want it to go straight through without making sure that everything's correct in your order. So go ahead and click checkout. And it's going to ask you to confirm if it's coming to you. And for instance, for this example, this is a user at one of our other locations for another client. It would be coming to your attention. So in looking at that, I want to show you one other thing. Let's say you need to remove something from the cart. You can clear the entire cart by clicking clear, or if you can't, don't want to clear the entire cart, you have multiple items in there, you can actually just change the quantity to 0. Click update, and then you should be good to go there. Your cart has been updated. So that's essentially the ordering process. If you have any questions at all, like I said, feel free to contact your customer service representative, Jeannie Williams. Her contact information should be on the site. And other than that, happy ordering. We look forward to working with you.